Hello, everybody. My name is Connor, and we are here with Marco versus Kid. Before we get too deep into this game, though, I do want to remind you guys, if you guys are loving the channel and want to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, get yourself a playmat. That is the best way to do it. I do have the option of YouTube memberships down below if you want to support that way. You get some emotes and a couple of little things, hoping to make that a little better for you guys. But the best way to do that is get a playmat, and you not only support me, but you get a playmat that I think is pretty cool. So if you want to go ahead and do that, 1000noble.com, link is in the description. But we're going to start off our game by Marco ability first turn, trying to get some cycle going, trying to get something good in our hand. We have a lot of 7 costs in this deck. We are going to bottom deck the Rayleigh there, feeling like the other 7 costs are more valuable to me right now. And if you guys are looking for the deck list for my Marco list, this current Marco list is actually Omic's list, I think with a couple of tweaks because I was missing cards, but that's the list I was going for. But this is the last tournament I played with this list. I am changing the list here, but we are going to take a little Marco break, just kind of bouncing around, feeling what's good here. So my opponent's going to go ahead, play down the Luffy to search out another supernova type character, and he's going to search out the Scratchman Apu, playing it down just to get another a blocker on board. If Scratchman has another supernova's blocker or supernova's character, he gains blocker. So pretty solid start from my opponent. 3 Dawn here. Gonna go ahead and just keep fixing our hand. I mean, honestly, the hand isn't terrible, but gonna keep fixing the hand, getting another Rayleigh here, trying to think about what I want to get rid of. And because at this point I'm thinking Rayleigh, I kind of need to keep him. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Beckman, but I think we're gonna bottom deck Ace. Beckman has the counter, but I feel like there's just a little too much with this list going on 7 Dawn. So it's not my favorite. It's definitely like, I really like the Iron, I really like Beckman, but I'm taking some of them out next list. But we're gonna go ahead, swing 8 at lead, and he's gonna go ahead and actually take that hit. Passing turn, I was kind of hoping to get the Scratchman blocker, but worst case scenario, we do have the Mass Deuce, so we should be able to pop the blocker if he doesn't block out, or Searcher Luffy, because Searcher Luffy, who knows, sometimes you swing with Searchers. So 1 Dawn for another Scratchman Apu there, blockering up and swinging pretty big at lead. We're just gonna go ahead and take that, getting the Monet, which is pretty good, drawing into another Rayleigh. I swear to God, this tournament Rayleighs loved me, which there are worse cards to draw all the time. Didn't really want a handful of Rayleighs, but we take what God gives us. We're gonna go ahead, leader ability, finding the Iron off the top, and I'm ready to bottom deck the Iron just because I have so much going on here. With I have a lot of big bodies and a lot of things I want to do around 7 Dawn or with 7 Dawn, but remember we have Ivankov, so we're gonna put the Mass Deuce on top to try and get rid of some of these little tiny blockers and swing 7 at lead. Gonna get a 2k and a 1k there, and 3, gonna tap 3 for the Ivankov. Gonna play out that Mass Deuce that we put up top. Wow, how convenient. Crazy, who knew we hit that. And then we're gonna go ahead and pass turn. Our hand is looking a little bit bricky, but hopefully we'll be okay here. So Robin is going to come down, which is kind of a bummer. Trashing a life there, getting rid of our Ivankov. Kind of a bummer. I'm going to say that one more time. The 5k swing, we're going to go ahead and give them Beckman. I feel like Beckman I use as a counter more than anything. There are certain matchups where I'm like, man, I wish I had a Beckman here. If there was a Basil blocker on board, Beckman would be great, but I'm really lucky and my opponent hasn't seen Basil Hawkins. But we're at 7 Dawn here, and trying to decide if I want to play down 5 to drop 5 cost Marco to pop one of the blockers and then swing Mass Deuce, or just play Newgate, and I feel like the Marco slogan is just play Newgate. We're gonna go ahead, play Newgate, get that rested Dawn to Marco here, and we're gonna go ahead and tap, popping one of the Scratchmans. Realistically, I probably would have benefited off of doing leader ability minusing Robin and then popping Robin, just because then my opponent wouldn't have anything to swing, or I mean, he would have the 1k there. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swing 6, get countered out with the Capone Beiji. I love that card so much. Vi does too. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's crying. It is past time for her wet food, and she will not let me forget it. But I gotta get this video out. I gotta get this video out to you guys. I went to a tournament instead of making this video on time. So my opponent taking some time to think about what he wants to do. I feel like we're in a pretty good commanding position. We got 6 cards in hand. We got 2 Rayleighs in hand. Another Newgate. We're gonna be able to just keep removing his board, especially if he's playing a lot of smaller blockers or smaller characters. But it looks like he's gonna load up his Dawn into Newgate just to try and clear Newgate. The 5k swing coming out, and I'm gonna counter out of that. But with what is the question? Thinking about Monet, thinking about the Marco. I think Marco is the better 1k here. Monet we can at least use to minus something down, and we know he's gonna be playing things like 7-drop Kid and 8-drop. Oh no, wait, it's 7-drop Law, 8-drop Kid. My bad. And so yeah, we definitely, I think Monet is something we want to keep, and we draw into Otama, which is pretty good here. Gonna go ahead, leader ability, getting a rush ace. Tempted to play the rush ace, honestly, but I think Newgate's probably the best play. Thinking about bottom decking another Rayleigh. Yeah, we're gonna bottom deck the Rayleigh there. I think that's an okay choice. We're gonna minus the Nico Robin by 2. Because we're planning to get rid of that Nico Robin. She has proved to be a menace. And here I am reading the card. I know, crazy idea. Newgate is actually going to give a Dawn to Mass Deuce here. I already have a Dawn on leader. So we're going to go ahead, swing 5 at lead, and pop the Scratchman Apu. We're just making sure that he can't block out of things. Granted, my opponent has not seen a lot of Supernova cards, which is great for me, honestly. So we're going to go ahead and rest Newgate, pop Robin there, and with our hand looking pretty good, I'm going to swing the Ivankov just to draw a card, drawing into another 2k in that Otama, and 6 at lead. Yep, he's gonna go ahead and take that, and we'll go ahead and pass turn. Pretty successful turn. Really doing a good job of keeping his board low here, which is pretty ideal in Kid, I think. But yeah, let's see. He's gonna go ahead, play 8 or tap 8 Dawn, trashing my life, my Rad Beam. I feel like my Rad Beams are always in my life, which is both good and not good. Yeah, so my opponent's gonna go ahead, swing 7. Not sure where he wants to swing at. Potentially, looks like he's gonna go for Mass Deuce. That makes the most sense. I think Mass Deuce is an easy removal target to get rid of. Newgate, it's a simple 1k, and I'm definitely countering out to save that. Newgate is so good, honestly. And look at that, we have got quite the hand, honestly. Gonna go up to 10 Dawn, I believe. And yeah, he's gonna go ahead and make the Kid a blocker, getting Cavendish in his life there. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Top decking a Rush Ace there, pretty good. That 5-cost Rush Ace, just a little bit hard to remove there. And yeah, we're gonna be at 10 Dawn here. So yeah, thinking about what I want to do. Not really sure what I'm pointing to there, but I'm pointing. Must be talking to somebody behind me. That's my bet. But we're gonna go ahead and Newgate into another Rush Ace. Looks like we're gonna bottom deck that rush ace. I think I would bottom deck the 7 rush ace, because at least... No, okay, I respect it. We're gonna minus the Eustass kid by 2. Trying to figure out how exactly I can remove that kid. And I think this will be a decent time for Monet. Looks like I'm gonna go ahead, play down the ace. You know what? That works too. Minus both of them by 3. So that, yeah, doing the math there, making sure. We're gonna go ahead and pop the kid with the Newgate. That ace coming in clutch. I love that rush ace so much. It's so good. Gonna go ahead. Vonkov, I'm thinking about swinging 5 with it, looks like. I could also Seaquake the Luffy, which may not be a bad idea. Ivankov is going to go ahead, draw us into a Sanji. Oh, we are sitting in a good spot, boys. So the 6 at lead going to come through. He's going to go ahead and take that. And, okay, going to go 8 at lead. Just applying a lot of pressure here. Honestly, yeah, with his board, if he takes this 8, we could be worried about something like 10 cost ace. Or, yeah, not even the new rush. The new rush Anel would be great here, but yeah, definitely. I'm feeling really confident, but I also feel like there's a chance that this might be tough. So it just kind of depends on what my opponent plays and what my opponent has. It looks like he's been really getting kind of unlucky, not drawing a lot of supernovas, but there is the, speaking of good supernovas, 7-drop law coming down. Beautiful altar. Holy moly, I love that altar. Gonna put the X-Drake up top, giving his leader the Rested Dawn. If I'm not mistaken, did he forget to do that? It looks like he forgot to do that. Gonna go ahead, swing pretty big. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna swing 8. I'm assuming at my face. Yep, at my face. I'm gonna give him 2 2Ks for the 9. I think that's the best play there. And he's gonna go ahead, set that blocker, set that law as a blocker, and pass turn. So we have a pretty commanding board, honestly. This is a good board. Man, I love Marco. He's so much fun. We're gonna go ahead and draw. We have the Sanji in our hand. We could Sanji into Rayleigh, I think would be a decent option. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead, Sanji, or Marco ability, put the Rayleigh on top, minus the law by 2, and yeah, with the Rayleigh leader ability and yeah, Newgate, we are in a very good spot. Sanji is gonna come down into the Rayleigh. Rayleigh is gonna minus 3. I think I'm trying to think about how I want to do this, because here I could swing with, yeah, I think I'm gonna pop the law with the Rayleigh. That makes sense. I'm gonna pop the law with the Rayleigh because now I can swing with 8 with the Newgate. In case you guys are like me and forget, Newgate can swing. I'll swing the 4 just to drawing into another Sanji. We'll go ahead and swing. I'm thinking about swinging 6, and then I'm like, oh, what about triggers? And then I'm like, I can see his life. I'm okay. So we'll go ahead, swing this 6 there. We have a 7 and an 8, so we are gonna go 6, 7, 8 there. And unless my opponent is really bricked up, I think we'll be okay. He's gonna give us a 0 cost and the Cavendish there. We're gonna go ahead, swing a 7. Get another 0 cost and another Cavendish, dropping his hand size to 0, I believe. Yep. We're going to go ahead, swing the Newgate, and pass. So he is able to live another turn, but we've got quite the board staring him down. The Sanji into Rayleigh play. So good. The Sanji play, I feel like Sanji, you only play him if you're ahead. And it's so good when you are ahead. And shout out to my buddy Grover over there, checking out the new playmat, for sure. Checking out the new quality of the playmat. We found a new place to print them. They print way faster, and they're way more affordable, so I'm able to drop the price. My playmats are no longer $50. They're only $35. And yeah, I'm in love with the new playmat place. It's so good. So yeah, if you like any of the designs you see me play with, check it out, downtonoble.com. Shameless plug one more time. The big Luffy swing coming through here, leaving him with, I think that's a 7 swing coming in, and we'll go ahead and take that, getting another Beckman, and 7 at lead. We're gonna 2k and 1k and 1k. Okay, so maybe not a 7, but we are able to get out of that swing, and we try into another new gate. So we are sitting pretty good here. I'm thinking my opponent's got looks like 2 cards in hand, so we kind of just able to continually remove his board, and I think that's what makes Marco so good right now, is just the amount of removal that Marco has, just in general, is just so good. And it's able, if you see what you need to see, your opponent is not gonna have a board. I mean, yeah, so just trying to figure out the math here, and I think I've mentioned this before. I feel like I have. The math, the game-ending math is the hardest part of this game for me. So we're gonna go ahead and swing the Ivankov 4, 5, 6, 7 with Ivankov, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and swing the rest on Sanji. So good game to my buddy Luke. Shout out to my boy Luke. But yeah, look, we bottom decked 2 Rayleighs. Yeah, crazy game. I really do think we saw the nuts, honestly. We saw so much removal, and having a Newgate stick is so painful for your opponent. It's great. I love those Newgate cards. And 7-cost ace, honestly, with that minus 3k power, really, really good there. Really like that ace, but that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.